Welcome to our final episode in the series MIPS Tips for Eligible Clinicians with the QPP News team, Sandy, Susan, and Dr. Paul. It's hard to believe this series has already come to an end. Today, we'll wrap up with MIPS Tips number 10, Celebrate Your Successes.
Well, that sounds positive and fun. I just love a good party. So what are we celebrating?
Well, there is a lot to celebrate. We've covered 9 effective ways that your practice can prepare for MIPS. Once you've started using those, you're on a direct path to success in value-based care. You'll be able to embrace the upcoming quality payment program with more confidence and with a great sense that you're doing the right thing for your patients. And that's worth celebrating.
Well, definitely. Doing the right thing for patients is why most of us went into healthcare in the first place. And I agree about celebrating. In my years managing practices, I found it's really important to stop and take time to have fun as a team. We all need to be recharged from time to time, remembering where we started, how far we've come, and where we're headed. Celebrations keep staff motivated, and they recognize all their hard work.
And since this transition to value-based care doesn't happen overnight, it's important to celebrate milestones along the way. Each small win that results in better care or improved efficiency deserves to be recognized.
So this particular journey is sounding way more like a marathon, not a sprint. We need to pause briefly along the way to recharge. It reminds me of the water and energy stations placed along the route of a long running race. It would be foolish to run a marathon without recharging along the way. And we shouldn't think of going through this major healthcare transition without recharging our own practice teams.
That sounds great. And as a news team, we should pause now to recap the top 10 tips to prepare for MIPS.
Then can we celebrate?
Of course. Why don't you start us off? Cue the music, Laura. How about Celebrate by Kool and the Gang playing in the background?
Tip number 1, educate and engage yourself and your practice. Tip number 2, identify your clinicians who are eligible for MIPS or APMs. Tip number 3, determine which QPP path to follow.
And I have tip number 4, maintain a good relationship with your EHR vendor. Tip number 5, understand your current performance on quality, cost, and meaningful use. Number 6, set improvement goals and timelines.
Tip number 7, continue to improve meaningful use and PQRS reporting, processes, and workflows. Tip number 8, understand principles of the patient-centered medical home and how to implement them. Tip number 9, review clinical practice improvement activities. Identify activities you're already doing and new ones to implement. And celebrate your successes. There's still more stuff to say. I think this was my favorite tip out of all of them.
I agree. Handling all these changes in the payment system is hard on everyone, but it makes a difference when leadership is positive and staff feel supported.
Yes, surround all the planning and hard work with positive energy and celebration. It will result in a stronger team as you move forward.
Well, I'm sad to say that our time together on MIPS Tips has come to an end for now. But I'm encouraged that we've laid out some tangible ways to prepare for the changes that really are just around the corner. We, as a team, hope you've gained some valuable insights from our broadcast and had a little fun along the way. I know we did. On behalf of the QPP News team, Sandy, Susan, and Dr. Paul, we wish you the best in your MIPS and QPP journey.
High five.
Let's celebrate. Come on.